Hello, I'm Olivia. I'm 17 now, and a year ago, my father tried to force me into dating one boy. How something like this could happen in the 21st century? Listen to my story and find out. My father is a businessman, and he usually spends most of his time doing his job or thinking about it. He wasn't a bad father, just a busy one. At least, he was passionate about his job, and let us live comfortably, and to have everything we needed or wanted. My father is quite old school in his views on family roles, so my mother was a classic housewife, keeping our house in order and making food. She didn't really needed to do that because we are always able to afford hiring help, but my mother insisted. And father was happy with that because everything was, like he used to say, as it should be. Don't get me wrong, I was extremely grateful to him and understood that we wouldn't be able to live like that without him. So of course, I would try to give something back, like helping my mother. And also, I wanted to become successful without his help, like being a good student, and not just be a lazy person who lives off her parents' money. My father had a friend who was in the same line of business as he was, and while they weren't openly competing, it was understandable that there was an unspoken rivalry between them. My father didn't like that, and wanted to somehow unite both businesses. But it proved to be a difficult task, because his friend didn't really want that. So my father had a genius idea. If I would have married his friend's son, Stanley, then all of us would become one big family, and Stanley could become a boss for both companies and unite them. All of it sounded insane, especially how my father thought that I could become a businesswoman myself, because I was a girl. Fortunately, we don't live in medieval times, and he couldn't openly force me to start dating Stanley. Instead, he would constantly talk how wonderful Stanley was. He was an athlete, straight-A student with good sense of humor. He would be a perfect boyfriend for you, honey. Real smooth, Dad. Every time Father's friend would visit us, he would bring Stanley, and Father would try to find similarities between us. Oh, Stanley, you like this TV show? Olivia loves it too, right, Olivia? And I would say something like, it's alright, I guess. And my father would look at me with disappointment. It was extremely awkward. And for Stanley too. He was a great guy, but I wasn't interested in him. And he wasn't interested in me. In a way, we understood each other because we both didn't like each other much. After he tried to bring us together a few times and failed, I thought he would calm down, but no! He was a businessman, and he didn't like to accept failures,